Ladies and gentlemen, it is 5:48 in the p.m. Eastern Time on this fine Saturday evening. Or is it Sunday? I think my clock is wrong. So I am actually doing something today that I think is going to help a lot of you solve a lot of problems. So I have gone through, and here, let me play this because this is the spirit that I'm in right now. So here's what I'm going to do for you fine folks. I have gone through and I have created what I consider to be some of the perfect settings for 3 different budget types. And I'm going to explain the Anderson DCA settings in a little bit more detail so that everybody really kind of wraps their head around how I structure these settings, okay? So as a Merry Christmas gift to all of you, Santa is going to bring you profit trailer settings for 3 different budgets, and I'm zipping all 3 of them into one file and making them downloadable right below the video. That's you guys right there, your plates ready to go. Feed me, Crypto Crow, feed me. So here we go. So here's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to explain kind of the budget layout a little bit. All right. And so here's what I did. I've got 3 folders right here. It's already zipped and created. I've got one for a 0.035 budget. All right. So let's see here. I'm just making sure that you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to make this a little smaller so I can see. All right, so a 0.035 budget means you are working with about $500. All right, I mean, you can test things with less, but I wouldn't exactly tell you, like you're not going to make huge money, right? But for those of you with smaller budgets, I have a pack just for you. It is a present just for you. And so I'm going to explain, starting with the smallest budget here, I'm going to open up my Dreamweaver, and I'm going to open up some of the settings here. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did and why. All right, so give me just a quick second. Bear with me. I'm unwrapping presents right now for you to open. Let's just open all of them. Drag them into there. All right, now let me open up a new window here. And I got to try and do this quick because my wife is waiting for me to meet her family for Christmas. All right, so I think you see that. There we go. Okay, so these are the this is Dreamweaver. And so here's what we're going to do. I based all of these, now all my old settings have this little budget in here. All right, so this here, typically all my settings have been running at a 0.005 or even a 0.008 with limited DCA settings. But I'm changing it all around for you guys. I'm going to show you guys why. Now, the Anderson DCA, now this file, this is to protect you. So I have these triggers in here. These triggers down here are basically the highs and lows of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin rises, or if the Bitcoin price drops with this trigger 7% or more, you go into sell-only mode. If it rises 10% or more, you go into sell-only mode. And then if it corrects in the opposite direction by 4 or 5%, then it'll start working itself again and buying and making some trades outside of just selling. If you don't want the bot to ever be in sell-only mode, you can just put zeros in these spaces. But I left them here as default just to kind of protect you while you're messing around and you're learning how things work, okay? Now, Anderson DCA settings. This here is set up to go into Anderson DCA when the coin you bought goes negative 4% or greater. All right, you don't need the indicators. Now, the DCA settings, you ask, on a very low budget. Now, the pairs, this here, $500, you're trading 4 pairs, okay? You're trading 4 pairs on a 3-tier DCA, all right? That's a $500 budget right now, okay? That's your 0.035 BTC, okay? So keep that in mind. This is a newbie budget. This is a newbie package, all right? So it's set up to make you money, but it's set up to protect your tail a bit too, okay? So your DCA settings. This is a 3-tier Anderson double down DCA. So what happens is when it goes into -4%, it goes into DCA. From there, it watches it and says, okay, if it goes into 5.4 negative, then we're going to double down. And if it goes to 15.5%, we're going to double down again, and then a third time at 20.5%. Now, what exactly does that mean? And why am I only trading 4 pairs on basically what is today a $500 budget? So what happens is, I'm going to see if it'll let me run my calculator on here. If it'll let me show you that. Just a momento. Calculator. All right. Well, it's saying it's showing it, but it's not. So here's what I'm going to do. Oh, it's just showing a black screen there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up a calculator online in Chrome and see. So I'm going to close that. All right. Go to Chrome. Say calculator. Okay. All right. So here's a calculator. All right. So if we are buying a pair at 0.001 Bitcoin and we multiply it, so we double down. So the first DCA triggers, we double down, we multiply that by 2, we've got 0.002. And if it doubles down again, it's going to go times 2. And a third time times 2 is 0.008. Okay, so at 0.008, if you multiply that times 4, that's 0.032. That's almost the total budget. All right, that's basically that's almost your total budget minus the other 3 original coin purchases you're going to make. So this maxes out that 0.035 budget. All right. Does that make sense? I hope this is super helpful. I really hope everybody watches this video because I'm really trying to break it down. So that's what this is. That's what this does. All right. So when you're talking about a smaller budget, this setting set should definitely help you quite a bit. I want you guys to use it, learn it, use these settings to really figure things out. I want you guys to tweak things. I want you to read the wiki. I want you guys all to really learn what all these settings mean and kind of tweak your settings how you really want them. But this is going to get you started, and it should be very profitable for you, okay? Now, I want to make a note again. I am not a financial advisor. I am not telling you to do this. I'm actually telling you to use these as a baseline foundation from which you will learn further and further customize your settings. Now, I have the basic same kind of settings set up for the larger budgets as well. So I've got a 0.035 Bitcoin budget, a 0.35 Bitcoin budget, which is I think that broke down to like $5,000. Let me double check. So 0.35, yeah, so that's about $5,000 budget, okay? And then I've got a 2 Bitcoin budget set, all right? So I'm putting all these right under this video. This is a quick video so that you guys watch it all in full. My other video, profit trailer settings for any budget, kind of explains this, but I don't go into the Anderson DCA settings in as much detail as I should have. And so that's what I'm doing here. And because I left you guys kind of hanging with some of that, and to be honest, I wasn't 100% sure exactly how Anderson worked. I wasn't sure if it's just a double down of the original purchase or if it's a double down of your most recent purchase off your DCA tier. And I wanted to clarify that and make 100% sure before I really started pushing it and basically hand delivered settings using it the way I knew it should have been used. So these settings are these settings should replace all previous settings. Okay, and anytime if you're in my Discord and you're part of my Discord community, somebody says, where can I get the settings? Link them to this video first. Don't just tell them where to get the settings. Make these bastards watch this video. You got to put some time in. I want you guys to learn how to perfect everything. I said bastards. I call everybody bastards. So, but anyway, I want to wish you guys a Merry, Merry Christmas. This is likely going to be my last video until next week. So use it. Also, keep track of those triggers. If you find that you're getting stuck with more bags because you took the triggers out, just throw the triggers back in there. It's a precaution. I know that I make a lot more money per day without those triggers, but I also end up with more bags by the end of the day. And so I might have a 2-day run where I'm doing $500-600 in profit a day. And then I'll have like 2 days where I'm just unloading bags in sell only mode because I don't have the budget to buy anything. So my two Bitcoin budget set now, and I know because I don't have one. Well, what if I only have $600? What if I have $750? What if I have $1,350? I just showed you guys exactly how to calculate that. All right, so I'm going to go over it one more time to make sure that everybody gets it. When you have your budget, all right, and you know exactly what your budget is, you will, where am I going here? Where am I going? All right, so you just come to this site, coingecko.com, find the pair, find, you know, you can, I think you can see, yeah, you can see the URL right up in here. So just go here. And this is a little, the money that they show, like the value on here is typically a bit different than crypto market cap, which there's, yeah, so like this is showing at 13,605, while this is showing at 14,000. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. So, damn it. All right. So you basically punch in your budget here, okay? So if your budget is, I've got $1,600, Jay, what do I do? So I take that $1,600, get rid of all the fluff, and I say, okay, I've got 0.11 Bitcoin, that's my budget. And then I calculate my settings based on that, right? You should base it off of 0.001 original purchase price. Not purchase price, but you know, like what you're paying out of your budget for whatever that amounts to in terms of the number of coins or the fraction of a coin you're buying. Your original purchase should be 0.001, and then you're going to double that down for as many tiers as are in your DCA settings. Okay, and then when you get to the top and you say, all right, well, I'm going to use a 5-tier DCA when it hits all these marks. So you're going to start with your original, you're going to multiply that times 2, 5 times, and then take the final result and divide that into your 0.11. If you have enough in your budget to cover that, then from there, you multiply that by the number of pairs that you want to trade. Okay? I hope this is helpful, guys. Hopefully it's not very confusing. It should be pretty clear. I really do sincerely wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas. Do me a huge, huge favor. Smash those likes for me. Get this going. Spread this video around. Hopefully it will help everybody. I've already zipped this. I've uploaded it. As soon as this video publishes, you're going to find all 3 of these settings right there in a zip file. I'm making it super easy for everybody to hit the ground running. Thank you guys all for supporting me, my video. It really does mean a lot. I wish this were actually a face video right now because the support that I've been getting from all of you guys, just your comments of support, thank you so much for being so helpful, and I love your videos. And I've really had a horrible week. Sorry. There's been a death in the family. There's been there's been a lot going on, and reading your comments has proven to be very therapeutic. And I really appreciate it. So thank you all. And from from the bottom of my heart, have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday weekend. And I'll see you next week.